Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order for the March 20th, 2024 meeting of the Colerain Township Code Enforcement Review Board. Our first thing would be that we would like to say the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Could we have a roll call, please?
Ms. Baldwin?
Present.
Mr. Henson?
Present.
Ms. Miller? Mr. Schaefer? Ms. Westfall?
Present. Okay, Commissioners, before you we have the meetings for, the minutes for our last two meetings. The first one up is the meeting minutes for January 17th. Do you have any comments or corrections? Hearing none.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes from January.
Mm-hmm.
I second that.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Baldwin?
Yes.
Mr. Henson?
Yes.
Ms. Westfall?
Yes, the motion carries. Our next set of minutes are from our February 21st meeting. Do we have any comments or corrections?
I have none.
Okay.
Make a motion that we accept the minutes for February's meeting.
I second that.
Ms. Baldwin?
Yes.
Mr. Henson?
Yes.
Ms. Westfall?
Yes. The next item of business would be the citizen's address. I have a few names on the citizen's address. We're trying to keep it to 3 minutes, but if you need more time after that, we can make that work. The first name on the list is Stephanie Wright.
Stephanie Wright, is it on?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
3729 Blue Rock Road. I have just a question about the procedure. If I have a question about an actual curb document like 24/6, do I wait and address that at the time?
Yes, we're going to take it, go by properties, otherwise it could get confusing in between. We'll give you a time during that property's information, if that makes sense?
Yes, thank you.
Cool.
I just want to know who prepared these documents?
The Code Enforcement Department.
Staff.
Okay. And are they considered to be legal documents?
I don't know the answer to that.
Matthew?
Yeah, for purposes of legal documents, I think it's a wide-ranging definition. The only purpose here is just to, Mike, please. I will answer your question for your purposes, board, but the bottom line is that these are just being presented to give information to the board for purposes of making a recommendation to the township trustees. They will then render a decision as to whether or not anything should be handed down.
Based on these documents?
And any hearing that could
Additional
happen, yeah.
information? Okay. And then I just wondered how these 6 documents were selected.
Nick?
Are you referencing the 6 properties we're reviewing tonight?
Yes. I just wondered how you came to start with these, or how they were presented, or where they came from.
These were properties that we either found vacant or reported vacant in regards to the first 5. There were some of the older ones that had already had several letters sent to that we knew had been vacant for some time. And they were ones that we felt were ready to come in front of the board. The rental new business, 24-6, That was requested by the homeowner to be reviewed, and that's why that made it tonight.
Great, thank you. I'll see you when we address them individually.
Okay, thank you. Corey, you're next on the list, but it looks like you're here for a property, so did you want to do something for citizens address, or do you want to address it during your property? Okay, thank you. Wait a minute. Okay. Kathy Moore?
Three simple questions. On some of the paperwork, there's the certified letter receipt, et cetera. And there's also a sheet, and it has dates, and it says stopped, active, and complete. And I'd just like to know what each one of those means.
Give me 1 second and I can help answer that question. You're referring to the violation history?
Yes.
Stop means either the property was brought into compliance, or it could mean that for whatever reason, that case was stopped. Active means it's something that we have that is active on the property. Complete means that step or that file has been completed.
Okay, and when it said stopped, you said it was into compliance or something else. What was that?
Or for whatever reason the file was stopped, I'd have to pull up each individual, violation there to
Okay.
give you the definitive answer.
Okay. Okay. Then we will move on to new business. Our first case is CERB 24-1, 6662 Daleview Road.
Hold on just a second.
You guys are closing the citizens address,
I'm
correct?
sorry, yes.
Make a motion, we close the Make a motion, we close the citizens' address.
I second that.
Ms. Baldwin,
Yes.
Mr. Henson,
Yes.
Ms. Westfall.
Yes. All right. Do we need to, okay. Oh.
First
Anyone
case.
who wants to speak on the properties that we'll be seeing, that we'll be reviewing tonight, it's time, the law director will swear you in at this time.
Anyone intending to speak on any of these properties, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Our first case tonight is new business. It's a vacant property. It is curb 24-1. Property address is 6662 Daleview Road. This is in regards to the property owner, Lucinda Deere. We had our first initial case. You can reference OpenGov case number VCNT 23-53. I first sent a letter to the property owner on September 26th of 2023. There's a typo on that. The second letter was sent October 25th, 2023. And the final certified letter that we sent was sent February 8th of 2024, which also gave a date of today's meeting. All mail we sent to both the owner and tax address as reflected on the Hamilton County Auditor's report. None of it seemed to make a difference. Both certified letters were returned with no forwarding information provided. We first found the property reported vacant in OpenGov on August 17th, 2022. Violations from that time have included several reports of vacancy and tall grass. The front door and garage door all have multiple violations posted on them. I believe we may have cut the grass there last year, and we do believe that the owner is deceased. You can see here the auditor's report. This is where I got the mailing addresses. This is the UPS tracking where it shows that it was not delivered either time. The first letter on the left was returned, and then we did just today receive the second letter back as well that was sent to the other address. This is the full violation history on the property. You can see where it's been reported vacant a couple times, where we've had multiple tall grass complaints. Here are some of the pictures we have on the property. These were taken March 12th of this year. You can see some of the tall grass. You can see the violations that have been left on the property. Front and rear view. All the leaves that have accumulated, violations also posted on the garage door. The picture on the right, that picture was taken today, just to give the most current picture. Any questions for us?
Questions? No.
I do not have any.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to speak on this property?
Stephanie Wright, 3729 Blue Rock Road. Starting with this one. The inaccuracy of the documents that are being presented towards the board this evening are repetitive. Every one of them has an error. If we're going to take this seriously, we need to get the facts straight and present documents that are accurate. Everything is included, as you well saw about this property, with one thing, the letter. There's no copy of the letter. What letter was sent? It was sent. We have the certified receipt and the copy, but what did the letter say? According to 2 resolutions that we've passed by the Board of Trustees, there are letters that have been, in the past, presented to myself through a public records request about the process of what this letter says. I was wondering if any of the 3 of you have seen these, or what letter was presented tonight to this deceased owner. Thank you.
Nick, we send a standard letter, correct?
Yeah, we send two mailing standard, then the final letter, certified. They're basic form letters where we're ultimately just changing the property address, the date, the owner, the parcel ID, and all the information specific to the property.
Okay.
Are we handling each one separately as whether to
Yes,
forward
you're
it
going to
to?
ask
Yes.
for the staff's recommendation, and then
Which one?
he will
Okay.
give that to you when you ask for it.
Okay.
Once you're done asking questions.
Do you have any questions about the letter? If we're sending the same letter every time,
Yeah, I mean, the first letter says initial notice, the second letter says second notice, the third and final says final notice. And that's what
Okay.
gives date to appear here.
Okay. And we have it documented that the mail came back to us with the letter in it. We could add the letter to our packet, and kill some more trees, but that's a personal thing. How's the rest of the board feel about it? I mean,
As long as we have a idea of what the letter is saying, maybe even a copy of the letter that is sent out as, the form letter, copy of the form letter. I'd be satisfied with that.
If I may, this is something Nick and I talked about this just before the meeting. So in this case, what you have is that certified mail was sent both to the listed property owner as well as the tax address that's on there. Those were both returned, not sendable or was unclaimed. What Nick and I discussed is that for this case, as well as cases going forward, it would be my recommendation that ordinary mail service is also sent with these letters.
okay,
Because what's most important is that they get a letter notifying them of today's date and why they're being asked to come here.
okay.
So,
Does that mean you think just because it's certified, they may choose not to open it because it has come certified and not regular mail?
correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Just making sure I
Sometimes you'll get
understood that.
Addresses that don't work. Sometimes you'll get, not addresses that don't work, but you have cases like this where it said, alert unclaimed being returned to sender. So you send it via ordinary mail.
Okay.
And unlike other cases, because this is vacant property, it wouldn't make sense for us to just post it on the door. So what you could do for a case like this is I think it may be appropriate, again, you guys do whatever you want to do, but it may be appropriate to hear this one at the next SERB meeting after Nick sends ordinary mail notice as well to the property owner.
Okay. So there might be a chance that, that regular mail would be forwarded on if there's a forward, but certified is not. Is that correct?
What's most important is that we attempt to utilize reasonable means
Okay,
to notify the individual
okay,
regarding that there is a hearing on this date and that we want you to come and talk about your property.
okay,
So when certified mail fails, ordinary mail is really your only backup, especially like in this case if you have someone who's refusing to accept the mail itself.
okay. How do you stand on whether we should have copies of the letter in our packet?
I'm going to leave that up to you guys. What's most important is just that we have someone testifying that a letter was sent to them.
I feel like my personal opinion on it is if we're sending the same letter every time with the property name and the address being changed, that we have a standard. And Nick is testifying that that's what went in the mail that the certified mail that he's put through. How's everybody else feel about that?
That's enough for me.
Personally, I'd like to see a copy of the form letter just so if someone does ask us something specific, we know what's in there, but we don't need a copy of every letter with everything that's sent. I'd just like to see what's sent, just so if there's a reference to that letter, we know what letter they're referencing.
And we can put that in our packet that the paperwork that we carry around, not the packets.
Yeah, I can definitely provide those.
Thank you very much. Not in the packet. In coming to, the board will know what's in the letter, but you want us to put it in every packet? I think if we're sending the same letter. It's a standard letter. that we're not taking care of those things. We're taking care of vacant property and rentals. And the letter will be a standard letter for a vacancy or a standard letter for a rental. As long as the letter is the same every time, I see no reason to put it in the packet and kill some more trees.
What are our rules as far as when? I just was gonna say, what are our rules as far as people in the audience speaking, not
that's
at the microphone?
I'm sorry.
I'm just asking for clarification because I've not sat on a board like this before.
Standard rules will be that the president is the one that deals with decorum and things of that nature. The stage that you're at right now is that you are having a hearing on CERB-24-16662 Daleview Road.
Okay.
Procedural questions that are just general in nature would be more appropriate for something like the citizen's address. My understanding is that what you're wanting to hear right now is testimony specifically related to this property.
Right. Okay. Let's take the letter issue and address it later in the meeting. Let's go back and do what we're supposed to do with Daleview. There's no one else that wants to talk about Daleview? Yeah, we did. I'm sorry. Staff recommendation?
Our recommendation is to motion to declare that the property at 6662 Daleview Road in Cincinnati, Ohio, is in fact vacant and should be viewed as such. We recommend the property be assessed $500, which is the vacant registration fee, all late fees, and administrative fees, and this recommendation be forwarded to the Board of Trustees for a formal adoption.
I move that we make the CERB 24-1 sent to the board with staff recommendation.
I believe there was discussion regarding moving this until regular mail was sent. Was that what we just spoke about? That because we had not sent regular mail, so we're not positive that the owner was notified of the hearing?
We sent regular mail prior to the certified mail. No, we do not send regular mail. I agree that. I forgot. You are correct that we did say that we were going to send another, we were going to table this until next time, and then we were going to send another regular letter through regular mail for the next meeting.
Okay.
I removed my, I just removed my motion,
Okay.
I move that we review CRB 24-1 at the next meeting, and we'll look at staff recommendations at that point. Is that a proper motion? Okay.
Second.
Ms. Baldwin,
Yes.
Mr. Henson,
Yes.
Ms. Westfall,
Yes.
All right. So we have new business. It's another vacant property case. CERB 24-2, 10342 Moonflower Court. This one has also been vacant for some time. It is owned by Unique Properties Plus 2 LLC. It has an OpenGov case number of VCNT 23-49. My initial letter, again, the same typo, my apologies, was sent 9/28 of 23. I sent a second letter on 10/25 of 23, and I resent it after it was returned on 11/21 23. I don't know where this constant typo keeps coming in, my apologies. And then I sent a final certified letter on February 8th of 24 with a curb board date of today. Letters were sent to the owner of record, to their the owner address and the tax address listed on the Hamilton County Auditor's website. In addition, the LLC's address was confirmed through the Ohio Secretary of State's website, with mail being sent there. Upon the first set of mailing being returned, we did find a different address for Unique Properties Plus Two's LLC's registered agent, and we sent certified mail to that address, and we do have a confirmed delivery. Property was first reported vacant on September 15th, 2023. It was clear during the initial inspection that no one lived at the home. We have had several complaints regarding tall grass and litter dating back to the summer of 2021, and we have cut the grass at this location. You can see the auditor's report. All right. So it appears we are having some technical difficulty with the projector. I believe in your packet, it should have all of this information. So you can see the auditor's report where we sent the all mail, and then you can see the owner's address on the reference page from Frank LaRose, the Ohio Secretary of State, showing the registered agent as Tanka Bastola with his address in Fairfield. We did send certified mail, and you can see on the first one on your left where it was sent to his address, and he has signed for it, and it is confirmed delivered.
Double check your cable, it looks like it's coming out.
Every time
Check your Wi-Fi too, which one you're on.
it's on, correct? It's on the correct Wi-Fi. So, but you can see where it was delivered, and he signed. You can see the violation history that has the tall grass and the vacant buildings. You can see some reference photos. The first photo was taken on September 15th. A couple other photos showing the condition. And then in the packet provided, I did print the picture taken today. So you might find that in the just the printed out pictures. You can see where we have posted notices on the door, and they have not been removed.
Yeah.
That is all we have on that property at this time.
Okay. Is there any one that would like to speak on this Moonflower address?
Stephanie Wright, 3729 Blue Rock Road. Again, another typo. Years are wrong. No copy of a form letter of any type, nor have the three of you ever seen one. Testimony was that the property was cut by the township. Was that assessed to their property taxes? Thank you.
Tall grass, entries are for September of 2021, June of 2022, September of 2023, oh, sorry, missed one, May of 2023.
For clarification, Nick, on the auditor's paperwork, where it says special assessments, yes? Could that be the assessments that we make?
It could be.
Okay.
But I have not confirmed to see if there was an assessment placed. I'm not the one that handles the assessment portion of it.
That would be an accounting function.
Lieutenant Penley, can you help with
Working
that
on
one?
it right now.
Thank you.
Just a side note, when I was reviewing this, the original address that's on the auditor site, that property was sold in 2022, that he's no longer the registered owner of that property. The address at 9781 Seward Road. Just a note for your files, if we try to mail something there, he's not the registered owner of that property any longer.
Right.
Yeah, just make sure that that was in our notes, that sending anything there, even though it's on the tax site, is no longer a valid address.
Yeah.
That's the one currently on the auditor site. I verified it today.
We did look that up on the Butler County Auditor and found out that he does not live there. One of the reasons why we sent to a different address as well.
To the Alana Place in Liberty.
Yes.
Okay.
So we did catch that as well.
Just something I noted I had in my notes, so I wanted to be sure. I know you sent it somewhere else. I wasn't sure why, so I wanted to make sure you were aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions on this property, or?
Nobody has, once, well, Stephanie spoke on it. Is there anyone else that would like to speak? Okay. Let's close the, need a motion.
Motion to close the hearing on the property owners.
Okay, at 10342 Moonflower Court.
Yes.
Okay, staff recommendation?
It's our recommendation that the board motion declare that the property at 10342 Moonflower Court is in fact vacant and should be viewed as such. We recommend the property be assessed $500, all late fees, administrative fee, and this recommendation be forwarded to the Board of Trustees for formal adoption.
I move that we follow the staff recommendation for 10342 Moonflower Court.
Second.
Ms. Baldwin,
Yes.
Mr. Henson,
Yes.
Ms. Westfall.
Yes. The next property on our new business vacant list is 10752 Shipley, KCERB-24-3. Staff?
All right. 10752 Shipley Court. The owner of record is Corey Binford. We have an OpenGov case that can be referenced, VCNT 23-50. Our initial letter was sent on September 28th, 23. Again, there's a typo with the date. That is my apologies. Our second letter was sent 10/25 of '23, and our final certified letter was sent February 8th of '24, giving a appearance date of today. The owner and tax mailing address are the same per the Hamilton County Auditor. Mailings were sent to that address and returned as vacant. We were able to obtain a last known address, and certified mail was picked up at the post office for that. The property was first reported vacant on April 20th, 2022. I first started the current process on September 21st, 2023. And again, the typo with the year. At the time of my initial inspection, the property was found unsecure. Our officers cleared the home and did not find anyone inside. The home appears to have had a house fire at some point. The interior is still in a state of disarray and disrepair, and we do not believe the home is currently habitable. If you look through the pictures, you can see where the certified mail confirmation is. You can see reference pictures, or you can see the violation history is a little more limited than some of the others, but it does have vacant and tall grass complaints. When you look through the most recent photos, you can see where a portion of the front of the home is still boarded up, and there are some other, structure issues with the soffit and gutters. Some around the window. Any questions for me?
I don't have any.
Okay.
Are there any?
The owner, Corey Benford, has signed in. Would you like to speak?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm just coming here to speak on behalf of the House. Sorry if I don't, know of any of the formalities of this hearing. It is true I have had a fire at the house, but I do plan on living there again by year's end. I'm currently working inside the house. It's not as it looks right now, I guess, in the photos he have. I'm doing a lot of tear out and, of drywall and other things like that. I didn't receive the first letter, but I did receive the second one. And then the certified letter, that's why I'm here today. I don't dispute anything. I have no defense for anything, but I have every intention on being compliant with the city of the Township of Colerain. I wasn't able to get the vacant property permit. It was during the winter. I talked to a few insurance companies for the vacant property insurance. They said that they couldn't insure it at the time because the furnace need work. They was worried about the foundation and all that stuff cracking and all other stuff happening during the cold weather. They told me to contact them back in the springs now. I'm in contact with them now, working with the agent so I can become compliant. I just want to apologize for anything that came of this, and just ask the township to be able to work with me and get me time to be able to become compliant.
We thank you for coming in and talking to us.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay.
Thank you.
Would anyone else like to speak? Of course.
Stephanie Wright, 3729 Blue Rock Road. the copy that I have printed out of the agenda packet, it says final certified letter sent. It says not sent. I believe we were just told it was sent.
Can you tell us what page that's on? Oh, I thought you were looking at the, okay.
I have, my printout says page 46, but
Okay, that's fine.
okay,
Thank you.
I don't know.
Okay.
So I'm
We'll
just
find-
questioning if the final certified letter was sent or not.
Mr. Benford just said that he received it.
A certified letter.
Okay.
I'm just asking, it's just the, reading the sheet here. Final certified letter sent, not sent. I'm just wondering if it was sent or not sent.
I don't know where you're seeing not sent.
That's what, I
Yeah,
can't
that's-
find it either.
Also what I'm not seeing.
I don't know where that came from.
Okay. I'm glad the owner came tonight. I'm glad the process is working. I hope you are entertaining his idea of becoming compliant. We definitely need responsible property owners in our township, and I hope you give him a chance. And I'd like to ask again what letter was sent to him tonight, and they be included in the agenda packet. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Is there anyone else that would like to speak? Can you do a motion?
I have a question for Mr. Bedford. Do you have yes. Do you have a timeline for when you think this will be brought into compliance?
What do you mean as far as compliant? Is that just the getting the permit?
Getting the building in compliance with the code,
I don't know what codes do I need to be.
the building codes in the township, windows and doors and things like that. Rehabbing the property, basically.
Well, rehabbing the inside will take a while, but I can, make beautify the outside so it's not an eyesore. I can do that within, a couple months.
Okay.
And
Sorry,
Oh, go ahead, I'm
You
sorry.
started.
you said you were speaking to insurance companies so that you can become, get the vacant.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that would be a great start. If you can keep the outside looking good while you're still rehabbing, tall grass, those kind of things, that would be appreciated. So how long do you think it would take you to get your permit compliant, the vacant
As soon as
property?
we work it out with the insurance. They have many companies inside there. I have no issue with, paying, whatever fees they need. It's just, I've just started the process again because
Okay.
it's warm weather,
Okay,
It's now back supposedly, changing, but I think I'll be able to have the insurance probably within a month.
okay. All right,
Do you have to have the insurance prior to listing it as a vacant property?
Well, I've tried the website. It wouldn't let me pass that part of the application without the proof of insurance.
Okay. Sorry, I know it's more of a procedural, but I wasn't aware of that part of it, so thank you for that.
I have no further.
I don't have any further questions either. Thank you, sir.
discuss it as a board. Do you have any ideas where we should go from here? A 60-day, give him time to get his vacancy permit?
Staff, do you want to reconsider your recommendation?
I would be open to us tabling, or to you guys tabling this property for a period of time to allow him to get the insurance and register on his own with, no additional fees or late fees or anything if he's actively working to get insurance and make the needed improvements.
What would you consider a reasonable time frame? 90 days?
I think 60 to, get the insurance and get registered, and we can always go from there.
Okay.
But that's entirely up to you guys.
Okay, I'd like to move we table CHURB 24-3, 10752 Shipley Court for readdress this, and this is March, May or June meeting?
May would put us at 60 days,
Yeah,
approximately.
yeah. So June, what is the next meeting in June? Does anybody know?
Stand by.
Oh. Okay,
Can we just make the motion for the June meeting, even if it's not an exact date?
yeah, that's fine. We can figure out when that is.
If I may, I think it would make sense for you guys to pick a date while he's here.
Oh,
So he's
that would be
aware of
fair.
what the date is, and we're not dealing with rescheduling and issuing
Oh, okay.
papers.
60 days would be May.
Can you clarify when our May meeting is, please? I don't have a phone with me, so.
22nd or 15th?
15th? I'd say let's look at the 15th, and if it's not possible, we could always extend it further. That way we at least can give him a date.
Okay,
Okay. You want to modify your,
so to amend my motion, make it the May meeting of May
15th.
15th.
I second that motion.
Ms. Baldwin,
Yes.
Mr. Henson,
Yes,
Ms. Westfall.
yes. Okay, our next case is SERB 24-4 for 9568 Amarillo Court. Staff?
All right. This property has very recently been sold.
2 days
So I
ago.
just want that kept in mind. I believe it closed.
On the 18th it closed. Yeah.
So we can go through everything, but my recommendation is that, we take no action.
Can we move to skip reviewing it and just go to your recommendation? I move that we skip the review and go to the staff recommendation.
second.
Do we still have to allow a speaker if someone would like to speak? Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to skip that. That's my fault. Sorry about that.
Would it?
Thank you, Stephanie.
Stephanie Wright, 3729 Blue Rock Road. I'm glad to see that due diligence was done on this by the board and staff, that no action is needed because the property sold. Although I would like to see the letter that was sent to them, registered mail. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, our next case is SERB.
Hold on, we have to,
I'm sorry.
we need the staff
Yes, we
recommendation.
do. Okay. Thank you.
Should I now move for the staff recommendation? Can I please move to go on to the staff recommendation?
It's you.
My recommendation is that the board take no action as the property is recently sold and appears to be in compliance and with a occupant living there.
I move that we accept the staff recommendation for 9568 Amarillo Court.
Second.
Ms. Baldwin,
Yes.
Mr. Henson.
Yes.
Ms. Westfall.
Yes. Our next case is SERB 24-5, 9870 Week Road, sorry.
All right, 9870 Week Road. The owner of record is BW Real Estate Holdings LLC. You can reference OpenGov case number VFPR-23-16. The initial letter was sent 10/24 of 2023. The second letter was sent 11/24 of 23, and the final certified letter was sent February 8th of 2024, giving an appearance date of today for the board. Following the initial letter, the owner did complete, or partially complete, the incorrect registration type, and we do not have that he ever paid the required fee. We asked for a vacant building maintenance license, and he registered it under the vacant foreclosed property registration. We did reach out to him after that and didn't hear anything back. Evidence indicating vacancy. The property was reported and found vacant through a tall grass complaint. The property was found unsecured at the time. Our officers confirmed no one was in the home and that it was under renovation. The home was in a state uninhabitable, but it was under construction. Many safety issues were observed at that time. You can see the Hamilton County Auditor's report that shows the owner address for BW Real Estate. And then the BW Real Estate page is not here. I can get that if needed, but it does show that his address, I believe, was the same as his owner address. You can also see the post office tracking that it was delivered and left with an individual. And you can see the violation history, the condition the property was in when we first arrived. And the most recent pictures from last week showing that there has been some improvement to the grass and maybe some improvements to the home. You can still see some of the violations posted on the front door. And then you can see today's updated picture in your packet.
Is there anyone here to speak on this property?
Stephanie Wright, 3729 Blue Rock Road. Where is the application that was partially completed or incorrectly completed? Why is it in the agenda packet? And where's the copy of the letter of the registration? I think that's something that should be included in the document if you're granting him longer time because he filled out the wrong paperwork. Perhaps we should be able to see the one he filled out incorrectly. And again, I'd like to see the copy of the letter that was sent registered to the owner. Thank you.
Would anyone else like to speak?
If I could just add the vacant case number that I referenced, the VFPR. Flip back. The VFPR 23-16, that is the OpenGov case number where he partially completed the application
Okay,
and shows that he did not pay.
okay.
Thanks for clarifying that. I was a little confused on why that one had a different beginning than the other ones had. That explains it.
Yeah. Okay. Could we have a motion to close it?
Close the citizens address? Or to
Yes,
close
the citizen, the address.
Not citizens, it's just the property.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
It's not a citizen's address, it's just.
It's the property
talk about
address.
this property.
Okay. Is there any further discussion for the board?
Before the board discusses it, we have to close the citizen part of it. That's what we've been doing, I think.
You're gonna make us. Make a motion so they can move on to staff recommendations.
Make a motion that we close the hearing on the property.
I second that.
And then your staff recommendations, correct?
Nick?
I recommend that the board motion declare that the property at 9870 Week Road is in fact vacant and should be viewed as such. We recommend the property be assessed $500, all late fees, administrative fees, and this recommendation be forwarded to the Board of Trustees for formal adoption.
I move that we take staff recommendation. Beg your pardon?
Ms. Baldwin,
Yes.
Mr. Henson,
Yes.
Ms. Westfall.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. I move that we take staff recommendation for curb 24-5, 9870 Week Road.
I second that motion.
Ms. Baldwin,
Yes.
Mr. Henson,
Yes.
Ms. Westfall.
Yes. Our next case is, hold on.
So this case is curb 24-6 in regards to 2318 Merriway Lane and whether or not it's a rental. This property, it does have a valid Hamilton County rental registration, and, we do believe it is a rental. The owner, I guess, has some family there, and they would like to dispute that it qualifies as a rental property. If they're not here to speak, I would like to ask the board to table this for a future meeting when they are available to be here.
Okay.
I move that we table this discussion until the homeowner is present for CARB 24-6.
Is there anyone here?
No, there's no one signed in. Sure, Stephanie.
Stephanie Wright, 3729 Blue Rock Road. I misspoke earlier. I'd like to make a correction. I asked where the final certified letter was sent, and it was on page 46. I got my properties mixed up, And I wanted to know why on this one, on page 46 for CERB 24-6, final certified letter sent, not sent. I was wondering why that wasn't sent. And where did this property appear from? It's not in their customer service request system. There are no documents on this. So how did this come to your attention, and where is the documentation behind this coming to you today at the board? And I would like to see the copy of the letter that was sent to the owner.
Okay.
Thanks, Stephanie.
So this property, we did send our initial letter when we first started the rental registration program. It was ignored at that time. We did send our second letter, which just went out not too long ago. We have not sent a third letter. Upon the owner receiving the second letter, they called and expressed their disagreement with us viewing it as a rental. And then they came into the township and gave us the letter that you can, note on the yellow notepad paper there,
Right.
expressing their interest in disputing. So we did not send them a letter. They came into the township and asked for this opportunity to dispute the status.
Okay. The other thing is that rentals are different than vacant properties in that they maybe don't have the same track record. That where we track tall grass and trash and those kind of things, or at least that's my thought on it.
If I'm to understand, if I'm to understand, these come to our attention when the homeowner and the tax record, or there's two different mailing addresses on the property on the auditor side. Is that how we come to find these?
We identified this property through it having a current rental registration through Hamilton County's program.
Okay. Thank you for that. Wanted to clarify how it came to our attention.
But it was not registered with Colerain Township, correct?
No, sir. That's what they would like to dispute, is whether they need to register it or not.
Personally, I would like to hear from the homeowner directly if we could. So can we, I would definitely like to table it till they can be here, or at least give them another 30 days to try to be here. Just because I'd like to see their viewpoint on why it's registered at the county but not at the township level. Be a question I'd like to have answered before charging them money if there's some misunderstanding. So, I move to table any further discussion on this until the April, can somebody clarify that April meeting date? 17th, thank you. Until the April 17th meeting.
I'll second that.
Ms. Baldwin,
Yes.
Mr. Henson,
Yes.
Ms. Westfall.
Yes. Hold on, I have notes. Nick, I have a question, and it might just be procedural. On, hold on. I wrote a note and now I can't find it, but. On the history that you're giving us, is there a way to sort that by date, not by whether it's completed or not?
I will have to look into that.
Okay.
And get back with you. I'm not sure what control we have or don't have there.
Okay. I think it would be easier for us to follow what's going on if we were following it by date. So if you could look into it for us, I would appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Okay. And the screen.
Because this will come up at the April meeting, I was wondering if we get some clarification if, for a rental to be a rental, does money have to be exchanged for it to be considered a rental property?
It is my opinion that money does not need to be exchanged. I believe that if the owner has somebody living there, they are still receiving a service by having someone live there and maintain the property.
I'd read through the resolution, I didn't see anything in there regarding payment, so that's why I wanted clarification on that, because I'm sure it will come up at the next meeting, so.
Okay. Is there any old business?
We do not have any old business on the agenda.
Okay. A motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn the CHIRB meeting for today.
I second that.
Ms. Baldwin,
Yes.
Mr. Henson,
Yes.
Ms. Westfall.
Yes.